I'm going to talk to you about why I, Justin Omoe, don't use loudspeakers in my home studio and why you should not as well. Keyword, home studio. I have multiple reasons, so let's just list it off. Starting with the first and the most important point. Your rooms, your walls, your house is not built for music production as in audio mixing and mastering. It ain't built for it. Now, yes, you can adjust, modify your room to make it work, but in most cases as a home studio, you're not doing any type of wall partitioning and all this and that. In the case of this room right here, I believe it was 14 feet by 10 feet. Matter of fact, I got the tape measure right here. Okay, right here is about 10 feet. 13.7 or 14 feet. Get over here. Don't you just hate when it doesn't work? Anyways, your rooms are probably not built for this. The ideal room size you want is going to work on a golden ratio thing. If you want, let's say for example, a 25-foot long room, your width is going to have to be like 15 or 16 feet. Your height is going to be like 12 to 14 feet, somewhere along that line, maybe 10 and a half, I can't remember. But just know you need to have a algorithmically nice studio built in the first place. Now, technically, it is possible to use your room as a music studio room with the loudspeakers, but point number two, you're gonna have to go through a lot, and I mean a lot, of acoustic treatment in order to get your room set the way you want it for music. If your room is small and you have a subwoofer, you are going to have to super compensate to be able to reduce the amount of bass reflections, that means the sound bouncing off the wall, to be able to get an accurate listening experience. You will have to build something called bass traps, which are huge triangles that go alongside the corners of your wall. Not only that, but you're gonna also have to buy cloud acoustic panels, cloud panels. Literally, they're panels that hang off your ceiling, hence the cloud. And it's meant to block off the ceiling bouncing. Now, yes, you can see I do have pieces of foam here and there everywhere, and it does help. Of course, it does help. Sometimes it's not enough. Not only that, but if you look down at the floor, my floor, you can see it's all carpet. Stained up carpet at that. Carpet is not ideal for a listening environment because it just over absorbs the sound. Ideally, you want a hardwood floor style. You could put a mat on the floor, but carpet is just gonna eat up the sound. Do you wanna go through all that work? Reason number three, and this kind of works with reason number two, it just takes up a lot of space in your room. Now, I didn't mention this part, but oh my God, without the loudspeakers in this room, this table is touching the wall and I have freedom to move around. Hopefully I got some before pictures, but you can see that this desk was pulled out, literally blocking a piece of the closet. I had to like do a little bit of sideways limbo just to get myself through, just to get to window area. But with the loudspeakers and the subwoofer gone, I could do backflips in here. Oh, I didn't mention this part, by the way. Check up on Yamaha's manual somewhere. I'll post it. But it says ideally you would want to have these speakers like 1.5 meters. That's about 5 feet away from the walls if you want to be able to use it accurately and as nice as possible. And as I mentioned before, this is about a 14 feet by 10 feet room. Those speakers are going to be in the exact middle of the room and it's going to be stupid. So why put up with the loudspeakers and oh my God, the cable management? It looks so atrocious underneath this thing. But now if you look under the table, clean. As somebody who got some type of OCD problems where I scratch my head whenever things don't look right, that helps. Trust me, when everything is around and you feel claustrophobic-ish, I don't know what the exact word is, but it's all close together to you and it's hard to maneuver around, you are going to hate it. This next point is kind of a cop-out, but it does burn a lot of electricity. But, you know, I got 1, 2, 3 lights on. So is it really a point of electricity? If you're trying to conserve electricity, then yeah, there's that. Reason number 4, if you have a home studio, hence the word home studio, and you're playing loudspeakers, guess what? You're going to piss off your wife. You're going to piss off your mom. You're going to piss off your dad. You're going to piss off your brother, sister, dog, auntie, whoever is in the house, the cockroaches that's under your kitchen. You're going to piss them off. Trust me, nothing is more worse than playing something very loud inside of a house when other people don't want to hear it. But when you're mixing with headphones, you could give two fucks about who's outside and who's inside making noise. That's also why I built my own vocal booth. If you want, you could check the video about how I did that. Now, yes, I've been saying headphone a lot. If I didn't mention it, by the way, I use the Sennheiser HD280 Pros to record, to mix, and even to master up to a certain point. And then for the Vocal Clear Pro, I just do the final touches, including listening in the beginning to find out nuances for my clients, as well as the final mastering process. They do the job just right. But there is one thing that I did mention in the beginning that I said I'm going to mention in the end. And this is not exactly the end, but I'll mention it right now. Loudspeakers do have a perk when it comes to loudness, perceiving loudness. But to put it into regular words, there's space between the speaker and you to be able to perceive the loudness of the sound better than it is to use you and the headphones because it's right up in your ear. Now, if you have open back headphones like I do, and you lower down the song like you should, you'll be able to perceive the loudness still. You just have to train your ears for it. But you're able to get a better job with the studio monitors when it comes to being able to hear that perceived loudness. Last point that I want to mention, people are not using their studio monitors to listen to music in an enjoyment, consumer type of way. Unless they're audiophiles, then, that's them, But if you're a normal person, you're going to be using earbuds, you're going to be using headphones, you're going to be using your vehicle to be able to listen to music. So why not use your vehicle to listen to your music instead of just using loudspeakers? Now, I'm not trying to hate on loudspeakers or nothing like that. Don't get me wrong. I still use them. It's just at the film studio, not here. But I do want to emphasize these points to you that maybe having loudspeakers in your home studio is not worth it. The only time it is worth it is if you do exactly what I said in the beginning. Build yourself a room that is optimized for audio mixing and mastering. So unless you got $30,000, give or take, depending on the market, to make a grade slab foundation, to build the walls, to put the 2 layers of, 5/8 drywall, use green glue. I did all the work and the research. Yes, trust me, have rock wool insulation, all this stuff. Make a box for your AC, a baffle box. Until you're on that level of obsession with music quality with loudspeakers, I would say stick to your headphones. Thank you guys and girls for listening. I would love to hear your opinions down in the comment section below. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Also subscribe if you want to see more videos on music when it comes to education, when it comes to opinions, when it comes to creation of music, plugins, you name it. I'm your boy for that. And if you don't remember, it's your boy, Justin Omoe. And peace. I'm out. And please have yourselves a damn good one.